I am still asking this question. Why don't you just keep him in jail? Keep him in jail because let me tell you something. That other guy who pew-pewed witness M, Marius van der Merwe, I believe the investigations are very close to once again seeing somebody in these. So just keep him there. Don't really. Okay, I get it. I get it. Section 35 of the Constitution and the liberation of the suspect. I get it. But it's becoming like, okay, when is this going to end? But then again, as I've always said, nobody, and I mean nobody, not you, not me, if you are going to make other people's lives a misery, this is a human being that has parents, that has siblings, that has friends. But most importantly, this person was created. How do you think the creator feels when they paint this beautiful portrait and then you come and you spill it with water deliberately? What is the artist supposed to do? Yeah. So you need to be careful how you treat other people because when it comes back 10 times fold. Anyways, I'm not meaning to preach. I'm just reminding us as human beings that if you are mistreating anybody, whether you're a stepfather or you're a stepmother, you are a stepbrother, you are a stepsister, or you are a fake friend, or you're a boss at work and you are mistreating people that are under you, your day is coming too. Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the Madlaga Commission of Inquiry. Before we go to the Madlaga Commission of Inquiry, I feel like I need to report this as well. Yes, Julius Mkwanazi was picked up yesterday by the police for murder of Emmanuel Banzer. If you, I'm sure now you know whom Emmanuel Banzer, but he is, according to some findings, he's a Mozambican who was also into narcotics here in South Africa, allegedly. Allegedly. And so he had some cash with him that Mkwanazi's team, because he was arrested with three others, they had gone to interrogate him. And the interrogation ended up in tubing, which unfortunately unalived him. And so because it was tubed, the people, the co-suspects, they called Julius Mkwanazi allegedly, and he woke up at 3 in the morning, allegedly, and then he went and gave a directive of some sort that, oh, take the body and take it to the Niger River or something and dump it there, or go to an old mine shaft and dump it there. And I'm thinking, our mine shafts, are they okay? Why are they carried? What those walls could tell us? What is the bottom of those mines can tell us? Because that's telling to me. Anyways, investigations, well, Julius did deny this at the Madlaga Commission of Inquiry and everywhere else. So I think this is circumstantial evidence from where I'm seated. I don't think they really have like concrete evidence except with cell phone towers and pings and all that stuff. That's why they're able to put together this arrest. And I think they are going to fight on those grounds that show us the evidence. And I'm saying it again. Somebody needs to turn state witness so that we get to the bottom of this quicker and faster. And so that we can deal with other criminals that are taking advantage of the people of South Africa. And speaking of taking advantage of the people of South Africa, let's go to the Madlaga Commission of Inquiry. First of all, I've been sitting and observing the previous witnesses about Andrea Johnson. And it looks like remember when I tried to, break it down, what is exactly going on? And I even told y'all that Advocate Drew Ransami, she looked broken. There's no professional that should look the way Drew Ransami looks. No professional should look like that. And then she did ask for an opportunity yesterday to speak for herself as to why her mannerisms were the way they were the first time she appeared. it seems like she confirmed most of the things that I was saying, especially when she said, I've been through a lot. And of course, she's been through a lot with Andrea Johnson. This woman broke this woman. And then when she started breaking down, was it not I, Mina Nyembezi, was it not I wanting to break through the screen and go and give her a nice tight hug and like, everything's going to be okay, okay? We are now at the finish line, all right? That is going to prison, okay? You will get your justice. That is what I felt like doing because she's right. She was used as a puppet. And I think the reason why she was used as a puppet is because of her personality. She's got this very, she's intelligent, of course. You can tell she's super intelligent. But at the same time, I think her personality may also be her enemy. She's friendly. She's a people's person. Probably a people pleaser too. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But and that is why she was chosen, because she wanted to know why was she the one that was chosen for this, and then she realized why she was chosen for this, because she's naive. In most cases, when we are nice people, there are a lot of things that we tend to overlook about others. All Andrea Johnson is known to be what you would call a go-getter. It doesn't matter who is the person in front of her, whether they got feelings, they got dreams, goals, they have a family and a brain. She doesn't care. What she cares about is herself being the main character. And unfortunately, people like that, they tend to look for people they consider to be weak. And then look at the other witnesses that also took the stand. What's his name? I'm sorry, I forgot. You know the last two what do you call this, witnesses, the males themselves, you can tell that these are people who are nice people. These are subordinates. These are people who now question things, even though things are going wrong. Instead, they will go into a little corner and then they talk about these and they come up with strategies on how to outsmart these people. And the fact that the people have to go to a little corner and discuss a strategy on how to work around these people shows the type of management that is running any professional office. And two, I also picked up that she became, she started developing a strategy on how to speak to Parumel when no one else is around. When he goes out to the balcony to take a smoke, she would run to the kitchen and make herself a cup of coffee. And then she'll walk into the balcony and say, oh, hi. And then they'll start talking casually where Johnson is not there and no one else is there. And then she tries her level best in a casual way to submit some ideas and strategies to Paramel. Whether Paramel takes these strategies or not, at least she was able to, say her piece. And she, which I love. I love professionals that do this because I do it myself. Whenever I've had a conversation with you, whether it's telephonic or in person or whatever the case is, I would write an email. According to our conversation we had outside on the balcony when you were taking a smoke and I was having a cup of coffee, this is what I had submitted to you. Please do not forget to pass it forward or implement it. Boom, my name and everything else, and I send. So that tomorrow, this conversation saves me. You cannot deny it. The dates, the times, all of that stuff that you put in an email or a letter for that matter. That's how I always did it. I mean, it saved me once when I had a boss who just did not like my talents. I did not like it because I once went to him and I said, stop crediting yourself with my work. He was not happy. So he started this whole thing. How do I put this? There's a certain type of people, in Zulu we say, bayakupan. They trap you. You say something, you correct them, but they begin the work of destroying you. And they are patient too. because they want to catch you at the point where you had forgotten about this. Well, not me. I have emails. So they went and did something, and that thing came back, and then there was a disciplinary letter. I've never gotten a disciplinary letter in my life before. But it stopped there because I fought that disciplinary letter with evidence. So please, if you are a professional, maybe you need to start doing the same thing, especially if you are working in a hostile environment. Your corporate boss is from hell. Start jotting things down. All right. Anyways, so I'm also now looking at today's witness, Mr. Sisoke. Is it Sisoke? Him too. He is a guy in jail. Born Wuti. Ish. Yazi. I'm at work and okay, bring that piece of paper. I'll sign it without looking what he's signing at or on. Or he could be signing away his life. And you can tell also he's broken. This is a man that has been broken. And you can tell, I mean, he takes responsibility, which I found, I believe what he's saying. I believe everything that he's saying. I think he got to a point where he just said, screw it. He came to realize who he's dealing with or who other people he's dealing with. There's an alleged kidnapping that he experienced. And 2 months later, of the kidnapping, and he was not at work, he came back, things were changed. Manuals were also changed. And then he was given the manual that he did not participate in to append his signature. And this is the reason why now he's in trouble. Even Justice Madlanga told him that, no, it wasn't Justice Madlanga, it was Advocate Sunday Lekumal. He said, you now look like you are also part of the problem. So meaning you are part of the ID, you are part of Paramel and all of those people. And my gut was telling me, no, he's not. But hey, maybe he's still traumatized, but maybe after the kidnapping, maybe that was the whole point. That next time, if you are going to rule against us or you oppose what we say in meetings, it's going to get worse than what it was. So I think maybe that's why he operated the way he did. And of course, because his signature is evidence to a problematic piece of paper, he says, I take accountability. Oh, that broke me. That you could feel that I am going down for something that I can't even talk about. And I feel like this is his moment as well to sing like a canary. Who exactly are these people? What are you afraid of? What made you sign that manual? And if you did not, what was going to happen to you? Because I feel like there's a story behind that. And he does say that it was for personal reasons. He has no any other reason. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, were you guys dealing with mafias in there? Who exactly are these people? And then I remember something that I saw either on TikTok or on YouTube, and I'm not quite sure who the creator is. I think it's Ashley. Ashley did something that made me go like, yeah, where are they? Because I sometimes do true crime, and I always enjoy doing serial killer true crime. When last did you hear of serial killers? When last? It's not that they're not there. They are there. And I'll tell you what Ashley found out. Oh yeah, they are in our police. They are in our parliaments. They are in our courts. They are everywhere you can think of. Because if you do it outside the law, you get caught and then you get sentenced for life. But if you do it wearing a uniform or in a position of power, that's called self-defense of some sort. So you can tell that if these people were not where they are, we will be reading about them in a different form. Like so many people were unalived by, you know, that's what came across my mind. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they are also in the MPA, the very people. And I'm not saying they are serial killers, but the mentality of putting fear in people's hearts when they go to work. It's giving, if I was not here, I would have wrung your neck. I don't know. It's giving that. Anyways, I don't know, guys. I'll continue observing, but I feel terribly for the current witness right now. I feel terrible for him. He is telling the truth. I believe he's telling the truth. And he's fearful. He's afraid. And I think he's also afraid of something else. I don't know if I heard properly, and maybe it could be the reason. I think it was the evidence leader who asked him, "Are you an advocate or an attorney?" He said, "I'm neither." But he has prosecuted this gentleman since the 1990s. So I was like, oh, is it one of those times where when you reached, I think it was cost, is it standard 8? Okay, I did not grow up around that era where the standards and forms and all that. But when you reached standard 8 and you were particularly smart, you would get some sort of a scholarship, or if you come from a good family, they will take you to learn BProc or something along the legal route, maybe as a paralegal, or you do BProc, and then you build your BProc to maybe LLB. I don't think he built it up to that. Maybe doing mercantile law, something, Jay, that gave him an idea how the law works. So maybe that's what he's afraid of, to be reminded, when you're not supposed to be here. We all have qualifications, and I don't know if I misunderstood. I could have misunderstood. And if I did not misunderstand, probably that's one of the reasons why he just decides to look the other way, so that he does not belittled. Hey, Kuningi. Please correct me in the comment section if I heard that part correctly. Anyways, they're about to be back in 5 minutes. Let me stop this video right here. Goodbye.